Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick update video on the XX. So we were having a coolant leak, and it was actually leaking from two spots. It was leaking from the water pump as well as from the base of the cylinder. So we put a new water pump on there, and then we also had to just tear the whole top end apart to get to the washer for the coolant passage going into the cylinder. It's this little angled bit, and it's just an O-ring, and I don't get why it's not part of the base gasket, but it's pretty annoying, and it needs to be the precise OEM O-ring or it'll leak after a while. But anyway, we got the top end apart, replaced the O-ring, replaced the gaskets, and got it all back together, and had the sealant, the gasket maker on the top end, on the valve cover, curing within 2.5 hours. I think for an overhead cam, liquid cooled 4-stroke, that's pretty good. We let her sit overnight, open up the door, and I've already started it a couple times, but she starts good. Revs up, idles, all that good stuff. So far she doesn't appear to be leaking, but you never know. We also, let me grab the key actually. I don't know if I have showed off this upgrade. So before, these little accent lights in my handguards were running off of their own switch directly to the battery. It was a ton of wiring. It was pretty poorly done by myself when I was like 21. And had its own, it was just bad. The switch was right here, and it would stay on even if the the four-wheeler was turned off, and it would kill the battery. So it was just a pain in the butt. So now what I've done is I've run it to the high beam switch. So it comes on with the high beams, which is pretty cool. So I can run just headlight, nothing at all, or all three, which is kind of how I wanted it. I think it'll run pretty good because, I mean, they are kind of bright. It's 200 lumens. It's nice additional illumination. It's not just for show, so that's way better. I still might go back and improve my connections. I'm just using lever nuts, which I don't really think are going to last super long. But at least now it's on the fuse, so if something goes wrong with my work, that it won't be catastrophic. This also is probably going to need an oil change because the motor was open. The only thing that I'm waiting on is I redid the shock bearing right there and right there. I thought I ordered two. I only ordered one, so I went to the dealership, ordered one more of those, and then also the bearing for the upper control arm. Again, I thought I ordered two. I only ordered one, so there's currently no bearing in that or that. And next week they'll come in. I'll throw them in. It'll take 5 minutes. And then this thing is going to be in better shape than it has been since I bought it. Probably since it was new. The entire front end, everything is tight. Everything's got like 40 hours on it up front on the roll design Elka front end. The bearings are good in the wheels, all four. Most of these bearings have all been replaced. They've all been replaced since I've owned the machine in the back. Most of them have been replaced in the last 3 years. Chain is pretty much brand new. Filter's new. Motor is relatively new. New crank, new bearings, new top end, all that. And then I went through all the electrical, improved all of the electrical work that I did myself for like the Trail Tech. Of course. Anyway. Thing's got a mind of its own. So we upgraded the wiring for the Trail Tech, for the headlights, for just all kinds of little stuff. Anything that wasn't OEM, and even some OEM stuff, I made it better. We've got the oversized radiator. It's finally not leaking. The suspension's all pretty much dialed in as well as I can get it. I'm not a guru, but it feels really good. Everything is good. The seat is like 99% tight. The gas tank's pretty good. All of my paint job, it's decent. It's good enough for another couple years before I lose my mind about it. Just like everything on this machine has been gone through since I bought it. Much of the machine, I would say 3/4 of the machine has been gone through at least twice. Some of it's been gone through 4 or 5 times. Yeah, but it's going to be so fast. We've also got the auto tune going with the Power Commander 6, all waterproofed. And so the auto tune hasn't had enough time to really create a new map and fully change the map, but I've got the AFRs where I want them, and I'm just going to ride it for a few hours, plug the computer into it, accept all the changes it wants to make, and this thing should be head and shoulders faster than it was last year, because even when I bought the auto tune, it wasn't working properly because I didn't have the little terminal for it, the little CAN bus thing. Anyway, even more stuff. That tiny little thing. This piece of plastic here, I've never had this. I guess this is something that most XXs have, but mine didn't. This is a little cover to protect the coolant line from the petcock, I guess. I don't really know, but it's on there now. I think it looks kind of cool. Kind of breaks up the blue a little bit. It was like $5. We've also got... Oh, do I not have the vent line on? Huh? I had the vent line on. I'll have to find it and put it back on. Yeah, we've got the O2 sensor on there properly. Everything is just really, really good right now. This thing should probably be making around like 60 to 65 horsepower. Probably 65 horsepower. It's going to be just got the best suspension, I think, that an XX can probably have, other than if I went with stage 5s. It's 20 pounds lighter than a stock machine. I'm on 10-inch rims in the back. It's 4 inches wider. It's got hydraulic clutch, better headlights. Everything is just better on this. Bigger tank. It's going to be such a good machine again. It just really has been issue after issue after issue. My reliability on this thing has been very, very poor. And I've spent the last 2 months going through everything and just double checking and triple checking my work, Loctiting, wire locking things, just everything I can think of to get this thing to be reliable again like it was when I bought it. And my goal is to just not have this thing break down on me all 2026, which I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 will come. Hopefully it won't be bad. I'll be okay with flats, or like if I rip a CV boot, that's not the end of the world. Nothing you can do about that. But I don't want to lose oil on the trail. I don't want to lose coolant on the trail. I don't want to lose a crankshaft on the trail. I don't want to walk home in 2026. That's my goal. This is going to get a lot of time in Rangeley. I'm going to go to Stratton, Eustis, maybe Kingfield, maybe if we can find the way, Phillips, maybe south of Phillips, and then I'm going to take it to Lovell at least once, maybe twice, and maybe try to get all the way over to North Conway in New Hampshire. I'll double register this thing, and we might go to Jericho. We might try the Down East Sunrise Trail. I really just want to have some good time on this thing like I did back during COVID when I bought it. Also, if anybody's interested in chainsaws, that's a cool little collection. I got my 2100, 266 with a big bore, and a ported 390, by the way. Yeah, this thing, it's ready to rock. There's nothing wrong with this machine right now. There's like the teensiest bit of play in a couple little bearings in the rear end, but it's like negligible, and I've still got like 5 months before the season starts, so I'm still going to be able to go through everything and make sure Like, I have time to fix that. I'm not worried about it. So if you have any questions, let me know.